Good afternoon. So it's been a long time since I've done an open box, a virgin opening box video on this channel. And as you saw from the opening screen, yes, this is a trade deal, and yes, I did trade the Saito FA-90TS for the contents of this box. I have no idea what's in this box, so it's going to be a complete surprise to me. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I know at least some of what's in this box. So that's what this video is. I am just now opening this box. It arrived today. I don't really know exactly everything that's in it, but I do know two of the things. So let's just get to it. And I'll probably just open this up, empty it out real quick, and then resume the camera. Oh, well, right there is the first thing that's let me pull that off to the side. Let me put this off to the side real quick. And there's one other thing in here before we start the actual video. Okay, so now we can do that. Now I can zoom in a bit here. So here's one thing. So if you recall, and I did do this trade with that friend of mine, Keith Good, and he has allowed me to use his last name. Keith was the unbelievably kind and generous gentleman that actually gave me that gas ignition FA-300T engine that I featured in several videos, months back. Well, he gave me everything except the top of the box. So now I actually have the complete box too, which is very, very cool. So thank you very much, Keith, for that. I am very appreciative of that. The second item, that's the surprise item here, is this. Let me zoom in here a bit more. This is looks like a brand new packaged exhaust for the Saito FA-220 that Keith gave me. Now the one that he had given me, the exhaust that came with that engine, had been drilled out, so it had two ports on it, and the previous owner was going to use it as an oil cooler or an oil smoke system. So I took that off, and then I put the nipple back to its normal spot and used JB weld on it. It was a fine muffler. It worked perfectly, but now I have a brand spanking new exhaust for that engine. So again, thank you very much, Keith. That's incredible. Now, what you already saw was what I traded. I need to change this a little bit here. What I traded my FA-90TS for, and many of you may be rolling your eyes and saying, what the hell did you do that for? And I'll just say, because, you know, sometimes you just do things that you want to do. And the reason I did it is because this is a new in box, never seen fuel, and I believe, we'll find out here shortly, it's 100% complete. Now, the beauty of this is I've always loved the Saito FA-120S engines. I've loved all Saito engines, but the 120S has always been, you know, one of those things that's just really cool to have. And this is a 1990s version, so it's a Horizon Hobby early, you know, it's from the 90s because it's the black and gold box. But the other part about this is, it is a Gold Knight. And I have never ever had a 120 Gold Knight engine. So, enough rambling. Let's push this back into place and check this beautiful thing out. Just like it came from the hobby store. It's got that plastic protective barrier on here, just like it would from the hobby store. We have our instruction sheets, and look at this, 1999. So now we know that this engine is either from 1999 or it was sold in the 2000s but was still in the packaging, because it was in 2001, I think, maybe, or 2000, when Saito changed to the white box version engines, or the white box version packaging. So this is cool. 1999, we have a date for this engine. Now, let's check this bad boy out. I can only imagine how many times Keith has pulled this engine out and looked at it. Let's just set this off to the side. We'll look at the other contents of the box here in a moment. I want to take this thing out and get my fingerprints on it for the first time. That's the original bag too. It's all crinkly and crumbly sounding. That's how they were. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. This is just absolutely spectacular. Just beautiful. Now I think it's funny that, you know, Saito went from using choke mechanisms to then using these long velocity tubes. I'm not really sure what their thought process was for doing that, but nevertheless, now this has got the metal throttle arm. White box version engines, I believe, is when they changed these to a plastic throttle arm. That idle adjustment screw looks like it's been turned out just a little bit because it should be completely flush from the factory. Perhaps you can see that it's not exactly flush. Let's see here. Here's our nice, you're not going to be able to see this, the Horizon Hobby Diamond HH there. Let's see what our, and it's an F. I'm going to be able to get the F on there. It's going to be an upside down F here. I can get the lighting on it right. Might be able to see that that's an F. Now the test. Am I strong enough? Oh yeah, okay. I can turn that thing over. This is just absolutely phenomenal. You can tell by the prop nuts that a wrench has never touched these prop nuts. Alright, so let's look and see what else is in this box. Let's see how complete this is. It's down here. So Saito has a way of, they hide all these things in the interior portion of the box here. We can do this. Oh, see, it's taped there. Nice. And the tape is still there. I wonder if Keith's ever even opened this. Keith, have you ever even opened this? Looked at this stuff? I don't know if there's anything else back here or not. I don't think so. We'll take a look and see. Oh, that's it. Okay. So now that we've de-gutted that, we have the stock wrench that would come with these engines. This one's a 14 and a 17. We've got the exhaust, which is not the long tube exhaust like they had in the early 90s and late 80s. But this is the coolest one. Well, I like the long ones too. But this is the last iteration of exhaust before they went to the befugly ones that they put on all the white box engines, which are similar to this design, although of all of the later exhaust, this is the coolest looking one Saito ever made. All the others for smaller engines are complete crap. They increased the parts count and made it a less effective exhaust, and it's uglier. I mean, Saito just really went out in the weeds when they did that. This is a badass looking exhaust. It's brushed aluminum. You can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in there, I can see the internal baffling in there. And of course we're complete with the set of hex keys and the rocker adjustment nut, or wrench. So, this is what I traded that Saito FA-90TS for. And, you know, I figured Keith had several 120s, maybe even several 120Ss. He didn't have a 90 TS. Now he does. So that is the video for now, and yes, absolutely positively this beautiful thing will make it onto the stand very soon, because there's no way I'm going to be able to just sit and look at this thing without actually listening to it operate. So thank you very much, Keith, and thank you all for watching.